Sure. It was one of those games that we knew we were going to be in for a dogfight all the way. We were going to have to score a lot of points. I mean, they're a very prolific offense, and they showed that today. But I think we showed, how more prolific our offense is and how we were able to keep answering the bell and coming back and putting points on the board. And then we're opportunistic on the defensive side. We came up with a key stop there at the end to give the ball back to our offense, and I think that was the story of the game. It was probably a lot closer than the final score maybe indicates. But we're happy to get the win.
Coach Cal, can I just go right off that play that I think you're talking about where I just, look, Caden Bennett escaped a lot. Seemed like there was a lot of maybe angles that weren't perfect. But then that one was just picturesque. It's all three guys, right? Just what went into correcting that and strong finish?
Well, we talked all week about having leverage on the quarterback because their number one run through the first 4 games was the quarterback pulling down and keeping it. And I think he showed his athleticism, he showed his speed and his ability to run with the ball today. And, at the end of the game, we just wanted to make sure that we had him contained, that we had him caged, that he was going to stay inside of our players and try to get him on the ground. Every time you try to, pass rush him and take a chance on it, if he got to the edge, he was picking up, between 15 and 20 yards a clip. And obviously that's demoralizing for our defense. But I thought our guys did a good job on third down on defense. I thought, we got off the field when we had to. And like you said, that final play was a clincher.
Rodney, kind of go through the play, the start of the second half. You guys just had a holding penalty, put you in a hole, 1st and 20. You rip off the 63-yard run. That was huge for you guys right there.
Yeah. Kind of just trusting the offense and what we prepare for weekly, and shout out our offensive line. I mean, it was pretty much easy after they cleared it all up out. So, yeah, just trusting the preparation and being where I'm supposed to be at, and then just hit home.
So kind of follow up on that, Ryan. I mean, last week we kind of talked about your workman mentality, Villanova just accumulating yards without like a big game. To get the big chunk plays now, I guess I'm wondering what is it maybe about? It seems like at this 15 carry or so mark, we already have a work on. You just explode and have another gear that the defense is doing. I guess what's your process with that?
I'm not really sure. I think I just keep playing. I just keep playing until the clock is at 0. That's pretty much it.
Maybe another way to ask it is just what does it mean, or for you being able to wear down a defense and set that tone and finish off wins with your physicality, with your ability to grind out? I guess what do you feel like you bring to the team, to the offense that is obviously so prolific through the air?
I think with me being undersized, a lot of teams look at me as like just put a body on them, put a hit on them. I think what I bring is that I'm gonna keep getting back up every time. And I'm going to keep getting 5, 6, 7 yards, whatever the team needs. So I think that's what that is.
And I think I can add to that for Rodney, if you don't mind. I mean, Rodney rarely goes down on the first hit. He's one of those guys that bounces off a lot of tackles, and you've got to get 2 or 3 guys on him to bring him down. He's one of those guys that gets stronger as the game goes on, as you saw today. I mean, in the first quarter, maybe he wasn't having those chunk yards, but he was able to pick those up in the second quarter and then on into the second half. And anytime you have a back that can do that, you want to ride that back as long as you can.
Trey, go ahead.
Derek, how do you feel to have the running game turning out 250 yards today?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, anytime we can, one, turn the clock so they can't get the ball back, continue to get first downs, and lean on our offensive line, lean on Rodney, Elijah, Mackay, to get yards for us. It's great. And it opens up the pass. So nothing better than that.
Can I ask, what is it about your ability to be resilient, to just not be rattled? I feel like, there were some maybe frustrating missed opportunities downfield, like the early throw to Josh, and then that different connection, right? But obviously, you stay centered, you deliver that terrific throw to Trey to cement this. What is it about your ability to just kind of stay resilient and still kind of just stay strong through those plays?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the next play. We have a pretty good offense, so at any point, I have so much trust in the guys that are around me that if we're 1st and 20, 3rd and 15, we got so much confidence that we're going to get the first down no matter what. So it really doesn't matter if there's going to be plays left on the bone. It's just next play and continue to go.
Trey, I just wanted to say, I feel like I knew you as a big catch guy. There's always these acrobatic catches. You had a couple today, but then you showed you're a big throw guy as well. I guess could you just think, I feel like that play, almost once it happens, it's so, of course it happened, but there's a lot of pressure with that one throw. What went into you just being able to see it and deliver it downfield?
Yeah, well, honestly, it was kind of a bad throw. Like I should have just threw it
Not as
out
bad
there
as
a little
Thursday.
more. It was too high, you know. But when they called the play, I didn't really have feeling. I was just like, let's get it done. Like let's just do it. Let's go.
He's got experience. That's his second touchdown pass of his career. It's not the first time he's done it.
They do still one score game, and it was 3rd and 9. Big pass defense to hold them to a field goal. You want to tell me about that?
Yeah, so, earlier our defensive coordinator, Coach Lou, he made a check. He was real confident in our athletic ability to where, all our coverages we can play, sort of man. We just trusted that, and, I feel like the whole game, we're covering our guys pretty well. And, I just trusted my technique and, everything that they taught me. Made a pass breakup on the play and everything, so, yeah.
Then at the end of the first half, you guys had 2 huge series of downs where you stopped them with pass rush. You had sacks in both series to stop them. That was huge to keep them off the field from scoring.
Yeah, I feel like all week we've been preaching just like playing complementary football with the DBs, linebackers, and linemen. Just covering, making sure that we do our job of covering, make sure the quarterback has no options to throw the ball so our D-line can get a good rush and vice versa. D-line gets a good rush, we can, force a bad pass. So, I feel like we've been talking and emphasizing that all week. So, we executed today, and that was very good, so.
Coach Cal, I just wanted to ask about, you guys obviously have so many weapons and receivers. I guess, what is it about this group and their ability to kind of maybe alternate week to week? We see TJ on just a terrific day today, a little bit quieter for Josh Trey, of course, was awesome, Gavin Nelson. What is it about how you use those weapons and kind of just rotate those guys? And what guy could have a really good week and then next week maybe these?
Well, I think, you have a group of 5 or 6 guys that are very talented, and somebody's going to get the hot hand each and every week. And Derek, a lot of the credit goes to him because he does such a phenomenal job of distributing the ball. There's guys that he's throwing the ball to that are the 5th read in the progression that we've never thrown the ball to, but the ball will find that receiver. So I think we pose a lot of problems for offenses to try to defend us because we are stretching the field so, from sideline to sideline, and we have a lot of different moving parts. And those guys can play a lot of the different positions. Derek can play in the slot. He can play outside. Trey can play in the slot. They can play a lot of different spots. So it's mix and match and go with the hot hand.
I guess I'll follow up with you, Derek. I guess, what is it how do you sense it or what do you see? Is it something that you start to see initially through those first couple plays of what the defense is offering where you realize maybe there's an opportunity, or is it something that's a bit more pre-planned, over the week of practice?
It's definitely not planned. I don't really care who's out there. I love every single one of those guys. We got five, 6 guys that I'll throw the ball to them every single play. Anytime they're out there, I tell them if they're open, they're gonna get the ball. And they make me look good. When you see the release this kid had on the last touchdown, all I had to do was put it out there. He's wide open. And that's a credit to them. That's a credit to the work they do because they just find themselves open all the time. So it's a sight to see.
Try to go over the 21-21 game. You had that huge 3rd and 8 catch for the first down, and then you had the touchdown. You want to go over that series?
Oh yeah. Can you remind me on the catch?
It was a 9-yard touchdown that made it 28.
Oh yeah. That was a good series. I knew we had to put it in, and there was a good play. Like we've been working this play, and there was a good play call. I just knew I had to get in his area to see me, so I was just trying to get across field, be available to him in case the first read wasn't there, and then we just executed it right.
Cool.
Deuce, I did want to ask, I know that this is a run-heavy team, but that can be, interesting because you have to be ready, right? You have to be ready for maybe play action, things after that. You guys did a great job just, attacking the catch point a lot of times as a defensive back group, and just overall never letting them get into a rhythm. I guess what went into that, especially when it is hey, a lot of ground, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and then you guys have to protect against the big play.
I feel like we just always ready. Our coaches always preach it all the time. We do a good job of buying in, just being able to trust in the front 7 to do their job, and then we're going to do our job on the back end. So, wherever the ball goes, we're going to make a play. So, if they throw the ball, we're going to make a play. If they run the ball, we're going to make a play. So it's just the trust that we have in each other. So, I mean, we always work on it. We've been preaching it all the time, just not falling asleep. So, coaches did a good job of reminding us as well. So, that was pretty much everything that went into it.
Maybe last, just Coach Cal, I guess, look, this is a final non-conference game, right? You're going to be in the thick of the CAA slate. I guess just what are maybe your takeaways or your feeling for this and how that propels you into the part of the conference schedule the rest of the way?
Well, I think we came through the first part of the schedule in good shape. We have one conference win, and then, as you said, the remaining 7 will all be conference games. And when you get into conference play, it's not about what a team's record is. You can have a team coming in that hasn't won a game, and you can have the other team that's won every game. It all comes down to the 3 hours on the field and whose plays better during that 3 hours. And our goal, starting this week and each and every week from now on, is going to be the better team in that 3 hours on the field.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Thank you, guys. 3 hours on the field.